Okay, that was pretty close, I think. Okay, The Breeze by Dr. Dog is in standard tuning. It is obviously finger-picked. If you're familiar with this style of finger-picking, you should take to it. If not, I have a video that I made sort of introducing this way of playing, and there's obviously others. The basic idea is in this style of finger picking, your thumb is always playing on all the beats and usually alternating between, like in this song, either alternating between the A and the D string, or the D and the A string, or the E and the G string, depending on the chord, okay? And then people play in this style sometimes with just their index, sometimes with their index and their middle. I'm playing with my index and my middle. And basically they play, again, depending on the chord. So for instance, on the A chord, I'll have my index playing the G string and my middle playing the B string. And that pattern that you play with that can be a little more open. It can change a little bit. There's sort of a basic pattern you hear a lot in this song. It's kind of like something like that. It's a very common finger picking pattern. So it's like the thumb plays by itself on the A string. Then when the thumb plays on the D string, the middle finger plays the B string. Then the thumb plays the A string by itself. Then the index plays the G by itself. Then the thumb plays the D by itself. So you get... And you could just do that the whole song. Or you can do more of it. So you could go, then something like that. So that's after you've done that part we just did. Now you're going to do your middle on the B string at the same time as the thumb plays the A string. Then index plays the G by itself. Then thumb plays the D. That's a good little thing to be able to do. So thumb and middle together, index by itself, thumb by itself. And then you can keep going. So that's thumb together, index by itself, thumb, and then middle by itself, thumb, index by itself, thumb. So together you get. There will be a tab available on my Patreon, and you can sort of follow along with that. But on the record, there's, I think, 2 guitars playing finger-picking patterns that are sort of overlapping. It's a cool sound, but as a result, it kind of sounds sometimes all like there's a lot going on. I think it's just 2 different guitars. And there's a lot of subtle stuff that I change, on the, sometimes it's, sometimes you play an index or a middle with the first thumb, and sometimes you wait till the second thumb, if that makes any sense. Another way of saying you're either starting these fingers on beat 1 or beat 2, so you could go, or you could go, something like that. Okay, this is like, I could spend a half an hour talking about finger picking, so that's just like getting you into it a little bit. Again, you can dive in at whatever level you want to. Okay, so the chords just loop in this song, so that's good news. So the first chord is an A. In the intro, it goes for 8 bars. Again, you can do that pattern we just did. You can start to mix it up. However you want, by playing different things with your index and middle. That basic pattern, I'll do it one more time, is thumb alone on the A, then thumb on the D along with middle on the B, then thumb on the A by itself, then middle on the G by itself, then thumb on the D by itself, then thumb on the A with the middle on the D together, then index alone on the G, thumb on the D, middle on the B, thumb on the A, index on the G, thumb on the D. All right, so it does that for 8 bars. And then, are you moving? Okay, so that's kind of nice to hear this high E string by itself with the thumb when the singing starts. Are you moving? Okay, then when the verse starts, you have A for 1 bar. Then A major 7 is the second chord. First finger on the first fret of the G, second finger on the second fret of the D, third finger on the second fret of the B. Okay, I sort of hear this note happening on beat 1. So I was playing my index on the G string on beat 1. Then you pick up the first finger, and that gives you an A7. So you have 1 bar, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then A7 for a bar. Then this chord is a C sharp 7. So first finger on the second fret of the B, second finger on the third fret of the D, third finger on the fourth fret of the A, and pinky on the fourth fret of the G. And there I went back to that original picking pattern that I did on the A. Then it goes to a D, regular D chord. This is the first thing where your finger picking pattern is going to change in terms of what strings you're playing, and basically everything just moves up a string. So now my thumb is going between D and G, and my middle finger is on high E, and my index is on B. Play that for a bar, then this interesting chord. And all I do is I take my D and I move the first finger down 1 fret from the second fret to the first fret. This is like a weird chord. I think in the tab that I made, I called it a D flat 5. So, and again, you can mix up this picking pattern or stick with whatever's working for you. And then to an E chord. And again, this is where the pattern changes again. Your middle and index are still going to be on the E and the B, but now your thumb is going to go between low E and G. You do a bar of that, and then now add the pinky on the third fret of the B string. That makes this into an E7, and you do that for a bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the end of the thing. What happens here is a little different after like pretty much every verse. So sometimes it goes back to the A for 4 bars. Sometimes it goes right back into the verse progression. And the last verse, it's going to, it stays on the E for, it stays on that E7 for an extra bar, or maybe even 2 extra bars. Okay, it's more time on the E7. And then the outro just goes between A and A major 7. So the breeze will blow us all away. The breeze, right? Maybe like 4 times, and then it just ends. Okay, like I said, there'll be a tab at my Patreon. Feel free to play this song without the finger picking and just strum it or whatever. They're pretty chords. And as usual, let me know if you have any questions or comments or requests. And I'll see you later.